Hi. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to dramatically improve your surgical masks. Okay. So in order for this to work, there's a few things you need. One is surgical tape. This surgical tape, there's nothing special about it. You can get it at any pharmacy or Amazon. There's nothing special about it. So anyways, here's what it is. Gonna wait till we focus. And this surgical tape is also cheap. So you're not gonna spend a lot of money on this, okay? So it's just NextCare surgical tape. I think the main critical thing is for the tape to be paper. So it's a paper surgical tape, okay? The reason why it has to be paper surgical tape is so it doesn't react with your skin. Anyways, so there's that. The next important thing you need are nose clips. Okay, these nose clips, there's nothing special about them. Again, just like the tape, they're super cheap. You can get them on Amazon. Uh, all they are really is a strip of aluminum, and the other side is an adhesive. Okay, right now the adhesive is covered with a little, piece of paper right there. But it's just all it is aluminum nose clip with adhesive on the back. So when we're ready, we have to peel this back off in order to get to adhesive. Okay, anyways, the next thing you need, of course, are surgical masks. Okay, so right now I got 3 masks with me because I want to show you 2 different ways, and those 2 different ways require 3 masks. Okay, and these masks that I have in front of me, they passed all the tests, and by test, there's a total of 4 tests that a mask needs to pass. Okay, the first test is the water repellency test. Both sides need to repel water. I'm not going to go over these tests for this video, but in general, I'm just going to quickly describe them. So the water repellency test: pour water or beat up, pour water or beat up. The second test is uh, the internal filter has to be melt blown material of some sort. I forgot the actual name. But anyway, so if you rip this mask open and take out the middle layer and set a fire to it, it should melt. It should not catch fire. So the center layer, which you cannot see, the filter that's in sandwiched between these 2 layers, when you apply a fire to it, it should just melt. Okay, that's the second test. Third test is the when you put on the mask, it should be really hard to impossible for you to blow out a candle. Okay, so when you put on the mask, you should be able to blow really hard, and if a candle is placed right in front of you, it should not blow out. Right. The next test, the last test, is the static electricity test. In order to do a static electricity test, you rip open the mask, take apart the 3 layers, and then see if the 3 layers are attracted to each other electrostatically. Okay? So those are the tests that a mask generally needs to pass in order to be a decent surgical mask. Okay? And there's plenty of videos on YouTube describing the different tests. So anyways, so as I said, I got three masks here. The first thing I want to show you is the easiest improvement on the surgical mask. Okay? The easiest one, the cheapest one. And by cheap and expensive, I mean how many masks it takes to implement the procedure. This procedure only requires 1 mask. Right? So let's begin. Basically, all we're going to do is add a nose clip to this. Right? Now, you would think we could easily just add the nose clip to the top here with the adhesive, but that's not the case. The problem is the nose clip adhesive doesn't stick well to the mask. Okay, it will come off eventually. It will peel itself off. So it works in the short term, but not in long term. For long term, what we need to do is apply surgical tape to this top part right here, because the surgical tape adheres great to the mask, to this mask fabric right here, okay? And then this will adhere great to the surgical tape. So the surgical tape is a critical piece you need in order to put a nose clip on a surgical mask. I'll demonstrate it now, okay? So here's some surgical tape I already have open. Hopefully, as you can see, it's almost used up. Anyways, so I'm just going to take a decent strip, surgical tape, and then I know it's like upside down for you guys, I guess. I'm just going to put the surgical tape going across, and this is the part, this is the top part, has the, there's a little metal piece embedded in there, but it's generally weak, right? So the nose clip allows us to make that piece, that nose piece, a lot stronger. So we're going to apply tape to the top, push the tape down. Okay, so as you can see, I put tape across the top. The tape does not go above the mask, okay? Because I'm not going to use a tape to go on my skin at this point. I'm just showing you how to improve the nose clip part of the mask. So, yep, the tape just goes from here to here across the top of the mask. Okay. So now we're going to take one nose clip. We're going to take off that piece right there, and then we're going to apply the nose clip to the very top of the mask. As such. Put pressure on it so it adheres to the tape, and there you go. That's a mask with an improved nose clip. That improved nose clip will keep it on your face better and it will reduce fogging, but it won't eliminate fogging. Okay, so don't think this is going to eliminate fogging because it won't. But it will make it adhere to your face a whole lot better. And because of surgical tape between the nose clip and the mask, will prevent this nose clip from peeling off over time. Okay, so that's the simplest improvement to a surgical mask. All I needed were three things: the mask, surgical tape, and the nose clip. Okay, so that's that part. Now here comes a really difficult one. Okay, so what we have here, once I get it in focus, is a 2-layer surgical mask that I've been using. That's why it looks used. Okay, because it's kind of tough to make one, and once you make one, you don't want to get rid of it. Now, what's interesting about this double layer mask, here I'm going to show you the inside really quick, is it has two styles of mask in it. It has the Army Medic style right here, the Army Medic, and a normal surgical mask covering it. There's nothing special about the surgical mask. I didn't do anything to it. What's critical is the centerpiece right here. And as you notice, this will create a very good seal to your face. All right? Because that would adhere to your face, to your nose, everything. And these straps will hold it on really tight. So that's that part. The reason why I add the second layer of the normal surgical mask is because it keeps this one a little bit cleaner, and it adds a lot to filtering. It adds, I read, anywhere from like 40% to whatever, but I know it's at least around 40% improved filtering if you add another layer such as this. Plus this top layer adds pressure to the mask to keep it more securely on your face. So the centerpiece won't jostle around as much on your face. And the centerpiece is what's critical, because this is what's basically turns a surgical mask into an N95 mask. Even though I get it, it's not N95, it's missing. I mean, it's not intended to be a perfect N95, but it's as close as you're going to get with a surgical mask. Okay? So, anyway, so this is what it looks like on the inside when completed. This goes directly, creates a really good seal on your face, and this top layer just adds extra filtering and it puts pressure on the bottom layer to hold it more sturdy to your face. Okay, so let's go ahead and start creating it. And as I said earlier, the first mask was a cheap operation. It only required one mask and some materials. Now to create this one is expensive, okay? It requires a lot more materials. It, at minimum, it requires two masks, right? We need two masks in order to pull this off. And we need to do some things to intermask to get that Army Medic seal. Okay? So right now I'm going to demonstrate how to do it. So what we first do is we put two of them, the two halves together. When we want to get so, what's that? Okay, so the two halves are together and the two ends of the string are together right here. Those two ends, see how they're back to back. So now all we're going to do is tie a knot. And the knot has to be as close to those joints, those connection points of the strap as possible. They have to be really close to that point, where the strap connects. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to tie it, nothing special. And then I'm just going to mess around with it to try to get as close to those hinges, that part of the mask as possible, where the strings connect to the mask. So I'm just going to mess around with it. And this might take a few times to get right, so don't think you're going to have to get perfect the first time. Okay, so now I'm going to inspect that knot. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that it's really close to the edge. As you can see, it is. And it looks like it's doing a good job. That's a good knot. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with the other side. So right here. I'm just going to make the knot, try to get as close as humanly possible. Okay, I'm going to inspect the knot. It looks good. So next part is I need to push in the corners. Okay, got to push in the corners. And when you push in, you get all this slack. I want to make sure that slack can flatten out great inside the mask, like so. Do you see how it's flat? All that extra stuff that I pushed in. See, that prevents it from popping out. Okay, so you want to get that as flat as possible. Okay, and this is what it looks like on the other side. Do the same with the other side. So I'm just going to push in that corner. I'm going to try to make that corner as flat as possible and as much as possible. See, so what that does is when your face is right there, it puts pressure on this so it doesn't pop out the side. And that adds to how great of a seal the mask is. So it's really critical to get this part right in order to get a good seal. Okay? So now we got this part of the mask. Now we're just going to fit it to my face. Okay. I don't want to show my face because I don't know, I'm not really photogenic. Okay, so anyway, so we got this shaped. Now, let's pretend I left this on my face, okay? So you gotta pretend that's on my face right now. What I normally would do then would go to a mirror, and I would add tape. Remember, the mask would be on my face. I would add tape to the top here, surgical tape, so it seals this mask directly at minimum to my nose bridge, okay, the bridge of my nose and my upper cheeks, okay. So you'd add tape here. I'll show you. Again, just you have to pretend it's still my face. I'm just going to flatten it out so it's easier for me to apply the tape. So I'm just going to put a little bit across the top. Okay, so let's take a look now. Do you see where the tape would now, this part of the tape would be on my skin. So the tape is half on the mask, and half on my face. Okay? And that's what keeps this bottom part on your face, and it also takes fog almost to zero. Okay? So that's the first part, is to get this done. And that's usually as far as I take it, right? You can add some more tape on the sides here if you need an even better seal. Put tape here and tape here as you put on your face, but that's about it. That's all I do. Okay, so we're basically done with this part. Now we're back to this part. Now there's not much you have to do for this. What I normally do is this part gets the nose clip, okay? It doesn't get the tape, it gets the nose clip. So in order to apply nose clip like I showed before, we have to put tape on first. So I put the tape on. Now I have to put a nose clip. And these nose clips are really cheap. You get them on Amazon. So don't think they're anything special. I'll just put the nose clip on the top here. Okay. Now, what I normally do now is I might shape it to my face. So I'm going to go ahead and shape it to my face. Okay, so now it's shaped to my face. That's where my nose is, okay? And right now, I would have this part on my face. Right now, this would normally be on my face. Not this. Not yet. This would be. Now, to improve this part of the mask, of the two-layered mask, we're going to put tape here and here. So I'm just going to take some tape. It would be better if you had double-sided tape, but since this is not double-sided, I have to fold the tape in on itself in order to get like a double-sided type of tape. One second, let me try it again. I messed that one up. Messed that one up too. One second. Just keep on messing it up. Normally you wouldn't mess up that much and run through all your tape, okay? So that's just me like having bad luck today. Okay, so as you can see, I made the tape double-sided by rolling it on itself. And then I add the tape to the bridge, down a little bit lower into the bridge. You see? Now the point of this tape is to lock this upper seal on this part. You see, it will go here. So we need another piece of tape right there. Okay, I'm going to put it on the nose bridge, kind of. The goal is not for this tape to touch your skin. It's only going to touch the mask under it, not your skin. Okay, so as you can see now, we have two pieces of tape on the topmost layer. Okay, so let's go back to this bottom layer. All right, I'm going to put this on my face. All I'm going to do is put this on my face and then put this there, and they'll lock the two masks together. And there you go. You now have a a double layered, really good mask that will filter out a lot of good stuff, well, a lot of bad stuff, right? You want to filter out the bad stuff. But it has a great seal. It protects other people from you if you're sick. But the cool thing about this is it protects you from sick people. See, so you're kind of cajoling a surgical mask to do something it was not designed to do, right? It was only designed to protect other people, not you. But since we live in a world where most people don't wear a mask in the United States, you kind of want to be on the defensive. And this is a great defensive mask. Okay? And the reason why I say it's Army Medic is because this bottom part, from what I understand, a lot of Army medics use this in the field. They have surgical masks, but in order to protect them better, they have to do this special procedure in order to get a better seal on the mask. So I just improved upon that a little bit by adding the second part of the mask, the topmost layer. And there you go. And that's how you get a really good, strong mask that will protect you decently. I believe so, anyways, and it seems like it will. But I mean, I make no guarantees. No mask is 100% foolproof, right? So, anyways, I hope you found this tutorial useful, and hopefully you stay safe. All right, bye.